Citizen Voice and Actions, under support of National Endowment for Democracy and co-support by Rwanda Governance Board and Plan International Rwanda, hosted National Policy Youth Dialogue on Youth Engagement. This National Policy Dialogue on Youth Engagement, along this October, conducted roundtable discussions with youth representatives from different districts and universities, where the discussion focused on youth participation in decision-making process. The overall goal of this national youth policy is to provide a space for young people to express their ideas and enable stakeholders to reflect on the youth active participation in planning, monitoring, and accountability processes. It will be also an opportunity to exchange good practices and lessons learned in implementing youth policies and programs and to identify innovative approaches. This National Policy Dialogue shared presentations and experiences on the role of youth in promoting good governance principles and service delivery culture, girls' power and leadership, ensuring youth participation and ownership of the SDGs and teenage pregnancy.
In National Policy Dialogue Youth Engagement.
Preparing this National Youth Dialogue was with the aim of engaging youth in the participation in decision-making. Before this National Dialogue, we have met youth from different corners of the country. The major problem they face is the lack of confidence of local communities' activities like Umuganda and other youth platforms. To overcome this issue, we create School of Dialogue, which lead of 30 people in every sector, where they share and highlight some issues with their local communities' leaders. The opening remark began with Rwanda Civil Society Platform representative, who reminded participants that as strong and educated people, they should be active in raising their community. To lead in a sustainable development, we should invest in youth, and the youth have to show their role in decision making.
So to be a good leader, you need to be a good reader.
Different authorities who were present in the discussions in their flows underlined the role of the youth in the development and called them to increase their participation by raising their voices and expressing their ideas about difficult issues like teenage pregnancies and human security issues. They reminded that they are not country stakeholders but partners. You can't participate in what you don't know. You need to be aware of what is going on. You have to set goals, and it is in those goals where you will discover your passion and take as your own, and this will lead you in full participation. Question yourself, what will I be in these coming 5 years? Are we studying for the sake of studying only? Everyone here should auto-evaluate and see if you are participating or not. Everyone here should take it as a stake.
Such discussions about their own issues. So this is the start of a journey where we get to understand, to fully understand the youth issues and actually come up with the solutions that are more viable for the youth here in Rwanda.
As young girls, we should have a spirit of self-reliance and have confidence. This will help us to prevent gender-based violence and teenage pregnancies. If we participate actively in local communities' activities, we will not have to wait for authorities from sector or elsewhere to come and tell us sustainable development goals. We have to be a voice in our communities. We had an amazing event. We have broadly understood that our engagement in governance, where we live, is of significant role. After having this training, we will mobilize others and address challenges youth meet accordingly. This National Youth Dialogue recommended on need for more capacity building and consistent trainings and raising awareness on youth participation in decision-making process programs, bring on board parent institutions that have the youth in their mandate and encourage youth participation in decision-making process through critical thinking and culture of debate among young people. National Policy Youth Dialogue on Youth Engagement should be an annual youth platform. Citizen Voice and Action (CVA) tasked to devise measures to have such dialogue organized annually. The participants of the National Youth Dialogue recommended more youth dialogue at grassroots level providing open spaces between youth and decision-making, devising means on how to bridge up the existing gaps between elected youth representatives at national level, sector, and district level. It was recommended in the dialogue that the youth take lead in participating in community activities like Inteko z'abaturage, umuganda, that facilitate them share their developmental agendas, hence learning from one another. CSO elected youth representatives should invest in fighting against unwanted pregnancy, provide access to comprehensive sexuality education, and promote and protect the sexual and reproductive health and human rights of adolescents. Encourage the youth to build their esteem and self-confidence, raise awareness on reproductive health to the youth and fundamental rights, be agents of change from now onwards. This national dialogue were closed by Rwanda Governance Board representative, emphasized to remind youth to express their ideas and participation in government decision-making process. The leading governance of Rwanda is that kind of governance that puts forward transformation of people in their planning that are the key that will lead us to sustainable development. Youth need to stand and get involved in all activities done in their communities.